Finding the heights of happiness. Everybody is searching for happiness. When I was young, I also was searching for happiness. And obviously that led to questions, isn't it? You question others, you question people, and around you, you soon realize that people are usually pursuing something very simple, like conforming into some kind of a belief that you have to earn money, you have to get some name and position, and you are different. You know that. What you don't want is somewhat clear to you, and you are deeply influenced somewhere that your life has to be something different. Your life has to be something important. Your life has to have some greater meaning. And then you start searching. You go on and on searching. You read books and you find that people are writing so many things, Each writer is writing something, and you feel a sense of a higher thing there. You feel there is something here because you sense in the writer that passion inside him, and you get affected. You start getting affected more and more. You start getting stabs of joy, and this stabs of joy is actually the heights of happiness. When you read a deep story and you get it, you get a stab of happiness. When you read something in science and you really get it, you connect to reality, you get a stab of happiness. Slowly, this process takes you away from silly things like name, position, money, envy, jealousy, hate. Even hate. When you see people around you and they seem so silly to you, you have found that height of happiness. Height of happiness comes obviously and naturally when you rise above the world. And when you rise above the world and you start reading holistically, you start reading everything, your clarity of your happiness becomes more and more and more and more and more. Every day you become more and more clear, more and more happy. And you come to a point where you realize that there is a certain issues, fundamental issues in philosophy, about life, fundamental questions, where people have asked for centuries, and they have had contradictions within them, but something they sensed. You find that in music, you find that in religion, you find that in philosophy. You find that beauty and grandeur and heights of happiness there. You just read a book and you find the heights of happiness. And of course, with some people it's more clear. With some people it's more simpler. And you find that there is a certain kind of faith and belief guiding an author or a philosopher, but there is a deeper sense of joy within him. And then, of course, you come to the 21st century and you find, especially if you're scientific, you find that you have a profound sense of greater clarity. You're able to stand on the shoulders of the previous people. Because of your holistic reading, you're profoundly free. You understand atheism and secular living in a deeper way, and you understand the real heights of happiness. The happiness is absolutely clear that there is nothing, no taint or no fog at all need be. Your happiness doesn't have to be so muted. It can be far freer and far more simpler, far more laughing. And there is a peculiar happiness you find when you read all these people. The good you absorb deeply, the confusions just fall away. Because one confusion is corrected by another person, and another confusion is corrected by another person, and you read widely all the great authors, and holistically understand the world, then personally you find the height of happiness. Practically you find 100 things to do. That is life. Holistic understanding, heights of happiness, within and without. As simple as that. That is a possibility for each of us, and that is why education gives me that kick. I educate myself. I kind of, eat the sweet of life, and I distribute the sweets of life to each person I meet. That relationship is, I find, my world. It's a world to me. Each thing, each value. That's it. That's all.